Yo guys, it's Slander here and welcome back to another video, my good friends on the internet, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Samsung SCL610 hi8 camcorder. Now, I haven't really seen any videos about this camera at all, to be brutally honest, and I don't think a lot of people really know about this camera, so I'm talking about it, I guess. Anyway, let's get right into the review, and I'm gonna actually switch to this camera for the rest of the review, so you guys actually know what the audio and video sounds like, but I'll still probably do the outro on this big camera, because I don't know. I like this camera. Anyway, let's get right into the review. Alright my lads, now we are recording on this camera right now. And yeah, this is what the camera looks like. You guys can see it right there. Anyway, I'm just gonna turn this camera off and we're just gonna walk around and I'm gonna talk to this thing. So this is what the camera pretty much looks like. This is the Samsung CL610. So the first thing I'm gonna be talking about is actually gonna be the specs of the camera. Well, what are the specs? Got to charge the camera, so that's very ironic, and I wanted to shoot the rest of the video on it, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what my life is, bro. I guess I have to wait for the camera to charge, and I guess I'll be back in a couple hours. The battery is charged. I want to tell you guys about this camera. Well, first of all, the specs of the camera. It records on the hi8. The thing records up to 400 lines of video, so on analog tape obviously. Compared to the VHS I was shooting on was only I think 360 lines. Has 22 times optical zoom, so it's able to zoom pretty decently. But now I could extend that to digital right now, and it can go up to 500 times digital zoom. And yeah, it's pretty useless. I will admit that it's good for absolutely nothing, the digital zoom. But we could just test it out a bit. We could zoom in right now up to here, and now we could digitally zoom in. That is so useless. A little bit more useful. This is it all the way zoomed in, and yeah, you can't really see anything, I will be honest with you. That's a little bit better. See if I could zoom in onto that branch, but yeah, that's the zoom on it. So the lens is just simply nothing too special at all. It just is a standard camcorder lens. It does go to f1.8, but the sensor is really small on it, and the optics are built to keep everything in focus, so you're not gonna get really that much bokeh on it. Most modern camcorders have a smaller sensor than this thing. The light performance on this camera is actually pretty stellar as well. So yeah, you could still definitely record videos with this camera obviously, but you could definitely tell that first of all, yeah, this is kind of an older camera because of this standard definition video and the lack of detail pretty muchly. But it's not too bad either. And the low light performance is, like I said, is pretty decent. And the autofocus is also pretty good, except when you zoom in, I noticed that the autofocus actually gets a bit slower. But right now though, like if I was to hands up like this, it would focus relatively easily and then focus to my face pretty decently as well. It shoots pretty decent standard definition video, I guess. It's pretty sharp, it's pretty clear. It also has a light on it, which does a pretty good job at illuminating things. Alright guys, so now I am back to the VHS obviously, but anyway, I guess this just kind of concludes the review pretty muchly. I guess the video is over, but I'm going to talk about the camera in like one negative aspect though. One thing that is extremely irritating about the camera is that it requires this type of cord right here, instead of your standard RCA cords. So what that means is that you're gonna have to buy a new cable. So your cables that you already have will not work with it. But it's not the end of the world. These cables are relatively cheap, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video somewhat interesting and helpful, I guess. Leave a like if you liked it, and yeah, I'll see you guys right on the next one. Have a good day everybody, and bye.